Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do is talk about a topic that's extremely important and one that I think a lot of people can benefit from going into the end of 2023 and then obviously going into 2024 and hopefully having a great year as a result. And that is, what are some of the things that you can do today and going forward to work on your business that will benefit you in the future? So before I dive in this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right, so in today's episode, what we're going to go ahead and do is share 4 strategies that you can employ to benefit you as you define and grow your business over time. So the first thing that I always encourage people to do is, as you start getting a little bit more established in your career, you start closing some transactions, and you start, getting comfortable in the role that you're in, you need to start being able to define the systems and processes for all the different functions of your business. Now, you may already be in a rhythm where you know what to do and you operate on a day-to-day as you would normally in any setting. However, if you ever want to scale your operations, you have to be able to replicate processes or define processes and then be able to instruct others about how to perform those processes. So then you can go and essentially work on the vision of the company and continue to expand and grow the operations. And so by what I mean by defining systems, think about all the different things that you do on a day-to-day basis as a broker to be able to best serve your clients. That may include, creating content, or that may include, drafting up contracts, that may include coordinating with different vendors, that may include, being able to facilitate the closing by interacting with the title companies, the banks, whatever that is, right? There's so many different moving parts when it comes to a transaction, and then sourcing business as well, that can be defined and written down into processes. So what I typically do is I set aside some time every week to just sit down and think and try to define those processes over time. I did it for a period of time. Just 6 months ago, I tried to define at least one process a week. And over the period of about 8 to 10 weeks, I had 10 unique processes that I had written out and refined. And then from there, I recorded those processes on Loom, which is a screen sharing software, and kind of explained how I was doing the different things that I was doing, so that then I could create a share drive that then I could give to a virtual assistant, or in the future, if I have employees or other contractors, I can provide them with this medium or this information, and then they can consume the information and learn how to perform the process themselves. So I defined these processes, back last year, and I hired a VA, and they've been able to help me with a lot of these different moving parts as a result of me taking some time to find my process. And the great thing also that you need to consider is that you may not even need to sit down and define processes yourself, as I did 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, or whatever that process was. Now you have artificial intelligence like OpenAI or ChatGPT that can actually define the processes for you. And then you go in there and fix it up or do whatever you need to do to make it a little bit more clean. And then from there, that's essentially your written processes. So there's different ways to augment the systems such that you can eventually, have your processes defined, and other people can utilize those processes to perform the business functions that need to be performed in order to accomplish the goals that need to be accomplished within your business. So step number 1 is to set aside time, whether that's a weekly basis or a monthly basis, whatever you're able to dedicate to, but just dedicate time in your business to be able to define processes and systems that will help you grow your enterprise over time. So that's number 1. Number 2, and this is obviously a medium that I'm leveraging heavily, is consider your content creation strategy. What is the most efficient way for you to be able to create content that educates your marketplace or your clientele about what you're doing? So, I've chosen to leverage mediums such as YouTube. I'm heavy on LinkedIn as well. And, I also, I'm present on Facebook and TikTok and some of these other platforms as well. But really, the big platforms that I've focused on over time has been YouTube and LinkedIn. So, you got to pick the lanes that you yourself are going to be able to focus on, such that you're able to create this established brand in the marketplace. But that requires you to actually dedicate time to thinking about ideas for new content. And so what I would encourage you to do is come up with a list of 25 to 50 ideas. And again, as we talked about before in the defining systems and processes section, you can use ChatGPT or some other AI platform to come up with a list of ideas for different content, right? So you could say, hey, ChatGPT, tell me ideas of 50 topics for commercial real estate trends, or whatever that is, right? And then it'll come up with a list that you can then leverage to create new content on all these different platforms. So I would highly encourage you to set aside some time to come up with a list of potential ideas for content, and then create a content schedule. For me, every Monday morning, I create one of these videos called the Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate, and I release it every Monday morning. So it usually takes between 15 to 20 minutes to create these videos. I send it off to my virtual assistant. She helps upload it, edit it, whatever needs to be done. And then ultimately I have a piece of content that I could share with the world. So that's just one idea. Then I have a newsletter that I've created that I release on a monthly basis. So on a certain day every month, I dedicate 15 to 30 minutes to create that newsletter, and then it gets distributed to all my different networks. So again, all these different things, you just need to put in your calendar and get it done. So that's number 2, is to create a content creation schedule, come up with ideas, and then stick to a regimented timeline for delivering this content and educating the marketplace about what you have to offer. So that's number 2. Number 3, which I think is a very powerful tool, is to call past clients and ask for business, referrals, and reviews. Again, the people who are most likely to want to do business with you are people who have already had great experiences with you. So in this time, especially if you, for some reason you're a little slow, start just giving clients a call and seeing how they're doing, checking in on them, seeing if there's anything you can do to add value to them, whether that's sharing information or making introductions or whatever else. And at the end of the conversation, just mention, say, hey, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Just thought I'd just kind of mention to you again, if you know of anyone who's looking to buy, sell, or lease commercial property in the marketplace, any of your family members, friends, whatever, feel free to just give them my name. Happy to sit down with them, grab a coffee, and share whatever information I have. That's a very powerful strategy that you can employ to just make introductions. And in a situation, there may not be someone that you find directly, that wants to do business right now, but guarantee you that you'll gain some relationships or build some rapport with new people that are friends with your client, who will obviously say good things about you. So it's a good opportunity for you to be able to build out in that network. And then I also mentioned reviews, because that's one thing I think a lot of commercial agents don't do a great job of, is to ask for Google reviews online. I can tell you in our marketplace, very few commercial agents do that. So it's an easy way for you to be able to stand out, especially if, again, people search for commercial agents online. And if you're one of the top on the list because of all the reviews that you've gotten, obviously you're able to stand out that way as well. So that's number 3, is to call past clients and ask for business, referrals, and then also ask for Google reviews if they have not left you one already. So that's number 3. And then finally, number 4 is technology. Technology is changing industries in a variety of different sectors. Commercial real estate is one of them as well. So you really need to get an understanding of all the new technologies that are coming available. And you don't have to be a tech geek or a tech nerd to be able to just play around with some of these softwares. There's a lot of softwares out there that have free trials. So again, just get your hands dirty a little bit. Try to sign up for a subscription for a free software trial, and then play around with it. I can't tell you how many times I played around with a variety of different CRM systems before I actually went with one, because I wanted to make sure that it actually did what I wanted it to do, and that it actually was something that was functional for what my day-to-day was. And so that was just one example of technologies that I used. I've also attended different conferences. There's a commercial real estate technology conference that's hosted every year in New York. I would highly encourage you to go check them out. I mean, some phenomenal tech companies around the commercial real estate industry go to that conference every single year, and they showcase what they have to offer. And I'm telling you, some of the stuff that you're seeing over there is absolutely phenomenal and could very well improve your business over time. So highly encourage you to just play around with these different software systems, and as many offer free trials, and you can maybe even get some demos from different companies as well to see what the value proposition they have is, and play around and try to see how you can incorporate some of these softwares in your business. Along with that, if there's different coursework out there that can kind of educate you about different software systems and how they can be incorporated in your commercial real estate business, I would highly encourage you to leverage those. I know the Massimo Group, I actually had a chance to interview Rod Santamassimo recently. They're working on software. They're working on coaching pertaining to AI and some other software systems for commercial real estate that could greatly improve commercial real estate brokerage businesses. So maybe worth considering if you were looking at software, if you're looking at coaching programs for those types of verticals. So again, those are the 4 things that I would encourage you to do during this period of time to help you improve your business. It is something that you really need to dedicate to. It's very easy to get focused on working in your business, but sometimes you need to set aside time to work on your business so that 5, 10, 15 years down the road, your future self will thank you. So hopefully you gained some value from this video. I would greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It does make a huge impact in our ability to reach a broader audience. Along with that, if you yourself are looking for commercial property here in the Louisville metro area or surrounding areas, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@crosantigroup.com. Thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.